which file is this on the Chapter 11? Is this the...
It's at the bottom.
I made a mistake again. I forgot to turn on the microphone. I just realized it. Because you have to turn it on. If you don't, for some reason I forgot. Again. I just turned it on. But it's okay. But you guys, most of you guys are here. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. 5 people, yeah. I'm sure everybody will show up next time. So you guys got it? It's yeah. So you got the IR. And did you get MIR? MIR command is you go to financial, look for MIRR. So you see the values should be year 0s to year 5, and your finance rate should be, we're using the same rate in this case. Let's just use 10%, but it could be different number. Let's just use 10% for both. And then so, bless you. So this is MIR, and let's get the PI. Did you guys get PI? To get the PI, you use the MPV function of this is your rate, but an MPV function starting from year 1, and then you divide it by your initial expenses, which is 1,000. That's all. 1.4. This is PI. And for payback,
Can you put on that?
yeah. So this is PI. Did you guys get the payback period? Okay, the payback period. Now let's do this. But we need payback period is okay because it's just $1,000, so it should be 3.2, right? So the first year it's 200. So after the first year, your debt is 800, right? After the second year, your debt is 500. After the third year, your debt is 100. So that's why it should be. So this one should be 3.2. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and 0.2 years. So it should be 3.2. So the discount payback is difficult. Did you guys, anybody got 3.78? So this is payback, 3.2. This is right. Now let's do the discount payback. So you see, prior to the MIR, you can use MIR function similar to IR. We know the IR, it's just IRR and all included, and MPV should be Oh. Okay, so now let's do the don't look at the big character. Look at the because that's do the calculation. Look at these. So this is MPV, IR, MIR, and PI. So this is payback. Now let's give it a try for discount payback. So you guys, anybody got the discount payback? I'll leave it to you guys to figure out. So anybody got 3.79 something for the discount payback? You guys did it? Got it? You guys are quicker. You got it? Mo, you got it? No? Okay. So you need to get the discount payback, you need to get the present value of all the cash flows one by one. You got it?
The payback and the discount payback?
Yeah. So for discount payback, so you need to get the present value, so 3.79. Yeah, you need to get the present value, so year 0, so it's the same. Year 0 should be the same. Okay, but for year 1, so how much is the present value of? So you can use a present value function or use the math. So it should be this, right? So so you need to get the present value first. And then you see like $1,000 of debt. You deduct it from your income year by year in the future until the year you break even. So you see this is $1,000 debt. So after the first year, how much you still owe? 818. So now you repeat it. After year 2, 6. you still owe 570, and then you do the third year. So see 0.79, so it should be discount payback should be 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 0.79, so it should be 3.79. So it's the same like payback period, but you deduct the present value of the cash flow year by year. So after year 3, you still have $269 of debt. So, but in year 4, you make $341 profit. So, it takes you 0.79 and portion of the 4th year to pay off your debt. So the answer is should be 3.79. So this is the approach we're using for this chapter. The template is quite convenient. So your input is only your input is only here. So these are your input. So you need to put down how much is the discount rate, and then your cash flows from year 0 to your last year's cash flow, and then so it will just automatically do the calculation. But you should confirm the answer from this calculator using Excel to double check the answers from this calculator. So the discount payback is just a little bit complicated. You need to get the present value first, like I was doing here. $200 present value is here. So these are all the present values. You get the present value first, and then you deduct the present values of the cash flows from your the borrowing of $1,000. So this is this. So you see, this is the equation here. And so this is about this chapter, and we will work on a case study again, just to get familiar with the subject. And for next class, we will do chapter 12 and also chapter 18. Chapter 18 is very complicated because it's binomial model and also a Black-Scholes model, which is like the equations you've seen. You have to use normal distribution function to calculate the probability and that kind of thing. And exam is on Friday and Saturday next week. And exit exam, if you guys are late for the class, remember to come to the class on time next week. So we will do the exit exam when at around 6 o'clock. So I'll give you guys like 20 minutes to finish it. So we should be done like around 6:20. So don't be late.
So we're done after that?
We're done. No.
Finals online.
Your finals will be online. I'll give it to you guys on Friday, and that's good, right? So I'll give it to you on Friday and Saturday. Give you Friday and Saturday. And Thursday too? But I thought the game will be over by Thursday night.
Well, then take those tests place.
Ah?
Right after the game's over.
Yeah.
Right after the market closes.
But you guys still the guy whoever's leading are not so ahead of the whole class, so you guys still have the chance to steal from him, and yeah. So Logan, yeah. So he's not so far away, so far ahead of us, and not Zach, and Mo too, not so far. It's very easy to catch up. Yeah, do that.
Yeah, I'm 11.
Oh. But still not much of the difference. And you guys will have party, right? When you finish the exam, you send it to me, and it's party time.
Can we possibly finish the chapter 10 homework? I can't on Excel and I'm trying to.
Chapter 10?
Yeah. You started and then you switched. You did?
We did,
So
right?
you said 3, 2, 1 instead of 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're at the.
So is that 9?
Yeah.
So this one was wrong. So 50.8, 5.08. Yeah. All right. So another homework and this case study. Somebody want to volunteer? So it's not that difficult. So. Yeah, let's get it done. So anybody want to volunteer? Yeah, see, it's not that much. It should take about 30 minutes to get it done. So anybody want to try? Sam.
I can try. I'm not as familiar with this, but I can try.
Yeah. Thank you. So the cash flows are given for this chapter, and then for chapter 12, we need to figure out how much are the cash flows.
So it's just is it of these or of these?
The cash flows is the top of the table. On the top of the table is the cash flow. So you got 2 projects.
Project has, or I mean these, either one. Right?
Could we, can we make that bigger?
Oh. Hold on. Let me. I don't know.
Maybe turn off.
Make what bigger?
Show me the screen.
Oh, this, that thing. What are you?
I just like zoom into the whole thing.
Oh. I'm not as good at this, so if I make a mistake, I'm hoping on
That's
you guys to help me out. Anybody disagree? I don't know.
Gotta add.
What's-
to add B6?
What is B6? Oh, the.
Initial cost.
Oh, okay. All right.
And it's the same thing for the bottom one, just project L.
But obviously, it's not gonna like it because it's 2 spaces down.
So you see the command is on the right to that cell. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Wait. I think I made it. I'm just gonna do it the old-fashioned way. I don't really care.
You do C3, and then C6 to F6 plus B6. So that's the initial,
Is everybody good with that?
yes.
Yes, could we do the?
Okay.
So is that right?
Yeah.
To be honest, my eyes are not really poor. I can't see what's on this one. I'm just
What is this? Why is this struggling?
We turn off those lights.
These lights?
oh yeah.
Can
I
you
can
click
see
on the,
better.
send me what it looks like?
Oops. Sorry. Oh crap. Okay, hold on. That's gonna mess that up, but. Oh, so I gotta find this out first. Got it. Okay. Okay. I feel like that's circular.
No, I don't think it's right.
I feel like that's circular. I don't understand how that makes sense, but
I put it's a net present value
yeah, it's
function for the first,
for which one?
for those ones.
You did net present value.
Yeah, I did the rate of 10%, and then I just did each one. Is that right? Because I ended up getting 14.48%. I did one at a time.
So I think it's asking you for the present value of cash flows of year one. So so that's why it's using the C.
Oh, so I
25 divided by 1 plus the interest rate, not the NTV.
so okay.
So we used $500 divided by the 1 plus interest rate.
So it shouldn't be 1 plus B32, it should be 1 plus 10%.
Yeah, I think that's all. So it's asking you for the
Raised
present value.
to this power.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
should, okay, I'm gonna, oh my.
Yeah, I got the same thing. But I just
You
put-
use NTV,
I use MPV, and then I put the 10% as the
but you have
the
only one
rate.
cash flow then.
Huh?
You have only one cash flow.
Yeah, but I just
Yeah.
dragged them down.
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
the same thing for each year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, cause I can drag this down, but it's gonna do a false, so
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have to do you and raise to.
So you guys can see.
Let me grab my computer.
So is that right?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I couldn't tell. I couldn't see. So it seems right.
There.
So it's right, right? Looks right to me.
So that shows the same as the ones above it.
It should be different number.
So the box above it has
Yeah.
the same exact numbers as the box below it. Am I the only one?
What?
So the boxes above it, that 4, are those supposed to be the same numbers in 11-1?
Yeah, this is the same project. This is Project S. This is Project S. It's just doing two different ways, I think, to try and find.
But one's finding the net present value and one's finding the IRR.
Both of these are the net present value. This is the IRR.
Gotcha.
So it's
Okay.
right, right?
This is the net present value of a different project, which is this project right here.
Okay.
I gotta go correct some things. No, see, this is wrong. Hold on. And here's why, because this needs to be 0, because we need the net present value at 0 in order to find the IRR, is what they're trying to do here.
So how can you make it 0?
So that's why these original equations were correct, because, oh, crap. too far. Okay. Here, hold on. Dang it. So let me find what because you can find that's why it's not a circular reasoning. Hold on. Equals C25 divided by 1 plus. Because you're finding the net present value at the internal rate of return, which will always be 0. Because that's what internal rate of return is.
But how much is internal rate of return? You don't know yet.
You can know because this number is not that, it's that. Because you can find the internal rate of return just by doing the IRR function of the cash flows. And so now that we know that, you just plug in that equation that you had in there earlier. And now this is going to end up being 0. So I'm going to go in and so that should be.
Is that right?
I don't know, I'm lost.
These numbers, the 436.72, you had already put in an equation. We just needed to plug in the IRR, which you can do by just using the cash flows. So it's okay, so I'll be able to do a cell reference here in a second. Okay, so your fluid, you need to be okay.
Yeah, I got to.
Wait. Yeah.
Okay,
So, what did you use for
Okay,
to get
yeah.
that 14?
All I did was the IRR. I just did the Excel has an internal rate of return function, so all you do is equal IRR, and then it just asks, when it asks for the values, you just put in all the cash flows of the project from the initial cost, which is your negative 1,000, all the way to the last one, which is the 100 in year 4. And you just plug in all those values and it calculates what the internal rate of return needs to be. But then what the issue that we had was the functions for these right here were already given. You just needed to put this number in because it was referencing this. So.
Gotcha.
Everybody go with that? Okay. This is where I don't really know.
Okay.
Can I say something real quick?
Yep. Oh, did you want the numbers? Is that good? All right.
Yeah, this, if we change the discount rate and draw, and then calculate this MPV, and then the curve should be downward sloping, like, but this is, the curve go up and went down, so it's, this is not the, this shape of the, bell shaped curve is not, the typical IR profile, IR MPV profile. Discount rate MPV profile should look like. So IR is when IR rate is just at that rate, MPV equals to 0. But you look at this MPV discount rate profile. For the x-axis, that's the discount rate. For the y-axis is MPV. So you see, so it has two IRR. See, so IRR is when NPV equals to 0. So this NPV curve cross over this discount rate for the x-axis twice. So we got two solutions for the IRR in this case. So this is just like asking you to calculate the IRR using the IRR function, but you got two solutions. You can try IRR function, you see how much you got.
Well, this is where I ran into a wall,
Yeah.
because if I do the IRR of these values.
Yeah,
Oops. Stop.
you can use the IRR, yeah, and do this.
And do that, which is,
So-
hold on, it's,
But see, you should get two solutions, but you got the left one, the one on the left.
well, because then if I do the same IRR, it's this,
25%, yeah.
it's the same. So how do I,
Yeah, so see, you should have two IRR solutions because you use IRR function, and you should have two solutions for this cash flows. So you have one. You got only one. If you try again, if you don't make any changes, you try again, you get the same answer, right?
right?
You can try. Yeah, it's still 25%. So what to do?
So do I need to create the cash flows at a different discount rate?
No, you cannot change because the IRR is only related to the cash flow. It has nothing to do with the discount rate. Because IRR is based on mass equation, right? So remember there's a type the IRR equation
Is it the,
equals to IRR equation. But you see there's another one.